Welcome to this video, which looks at the violent conflict in Sudan between the two main factions of the ruling military regime, which began on Saturday and has resulted in the death of at least 56 civilians in the capital, Khartoum. Despite a 4-hour UN-proposed humanitarian ceasefire, violence has spread to other parts of the country, such as Kassala in the east and Nyala in the south Darfur, where 22 people were killed. Residents in Khartoum spoke of being forced to flee as gunfire rang out and plumes of smoke rose into the air. The international community has appealed for a quick end to the hostilities. This conflict began when General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, the head of Sudan's Transitional Governing Sovereign Council, and General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, known as Hemeti, the head of paramilitary RSF, fell into disagreement over the integration of the RSF into the military as part of a transition towards civilian rule. To try and reach a resolution, a 3-hour humanitarian pause from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time was agreed to, but gunfire could still be seen and heard. Fighting in Khartoum and other parts of the country between the military and RSF has resulted in more than just casualties, but also disruption and trauma. Mohamed Salah is the brother of the 24-year-old university student who was killed yesterday in Omdurman while dropping off his friend. His family couldn't get the body until after the UN ceasefire. He told us, "Please pray for us, we are on our way to get him." Other groups of people were reported being stranded by fighting near the presidential palace and military headquarters in Khartoum. The conflict could also have a wider impact, not just on Sudan, but on the region and major powers as well, such as the US, China, Russia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UN Security Council, European Union and African Union. All of these powers have appealed for a quick end to the conflict that threatens to further destabilize an already volatile region. We will continue to follow this story, but for now, it is important to remember that we cannot let the conflict between the two factions in Sudan escalate, and we must put maximum pressure on all parties to reach a resolution as soon as possible. We need to remind everyone that true peace will only be achieved when civilians are no longer subject to fear and violence.